Good afternoon and a warm welcome. It's really lovely to see you all here today. My name is Lars Strannegård. I am the president of the Stockholm School of Economics, and I have been in that role now for 8 years, which is an absolutely fantastic job, I first of all have to say, and even more fantastic now when we have people alive and being here in three-dimensional form. I think we're all tired of sort of viewing each other on television, or what you should say, on these Zoom things that we've been doing. And this afternoon is really exactly what SSE is all about, namely a place where different groups interact, and it's also a place where the students interact not only with academics, but with representatives from the corporate world, from politics, and from civil society. And it is now 50 years that the so-called Stockholm Conference was held. And you probably know that, all of you, but the name of that conference in 1972 was the 1972 United Nations Conference on the Human Environment. And the fact is that usually when you are in sort of anniversaries like that, when you look back in history, and especially when a few decades have gone by, you are usually amazed by how much has happened and how much progress that has been made. But when it comes to our planet today, as compared to 50 years back, this is unfortunately not the case. And we sometimes speak of our planet's triple planetary crisis with the climate, the nature, and pollution. And of course, the Sustainable Development Goals that are here behind me are clearly laid out and serve as really excellent focal points. And post-COVID, I know that we're not there yet. It's still a pandemic in many parts of the world, but at least some countries have now come out on the other side. It would be possible to start at least planning for a green post-COVID recovery plan. But amidst all this, it's so depressing to see that our geopolitical order is so unstable. So with Russia's horrific invasion of Ukraine, this will not be over shortly for sure, and more countries in this part of the world are now in for a period of really long instability. And it's even more sad, I think, as we know that sustainability and war, those two concepts, sustainability and war, are two words that really do not align at all, actually, because armed conflicts are what this planet definitely does not need. And the fact is that SSE's educational mission is abbreviated FREE. It's really important to us. It stands for, or that we want our students to come out of this place being fact and science-based, to be reflective and self-aware, to be empathetic and culturally literate, and finally to be entrepreneurial and responsible. And I think the final E in this, entrepreneurial, does not at all mean that everyone should start a company of their own. But it means having an action orientation towards the world, doing something. And it's about driving change, the one who's not accepting the status quo, or somebody who is taking action and wants to do something. And in order to do that, we really need to have a hopeful mindset. Hope and the feeling that it is possible to do something, to drive change, to make a better world, is something that's absolutely central to sort of how this world should come into a better daylight. So in this sense, since we're talking about that, this day is really an example of that. It's a day that is full of hope, of change, and a willingness to create something better. We will see that too when we meet the students too. And SSE has now been around for 113 years this year. And in 1972, when the Stockholm Conference was here, SSE was actually a place already doing sustainability research. So in 1968, the SSE professor Erik Dahmén published his Put a Price Tag on the Environment book, with a message that was seen as really provocative for many years, namely that the market system and market mechanisms should be used to come to grips with the environmental problems. And this tradition has continued. We have done a lot over the years in sustainability-related research, and of course we have speeded up this a lot. We will meet Lynn later. We'll meet lots of researchers from SSE. We have MISUM, our Mistra Center for Sustainable Markets. We have this, which is a very ambitious center of excellence and a research center. We have Sarah Jack, who we'll meet also, who is the professor, our Jakob and Marcus Wallenberg Professor of Sustainable Innovation, and sustainability research going on in different research centers all over the school, and I think that's really fantastic. And of course, we have the Global Challenges courses with the fantastic support from the Global Challenges Foundation that has really had an enormous impact on the school and the way that we view what is necessary. So, and this is combined, of course, with the student concerns just increasing by the year. Lots of students asking for more sustainability-related courses, pushing us to do much more, and I really think that is highly inspiring and gives me so much hope. So this conference, in short, is really right up SSE's alley. So I want to thank you all for coming, and thank the co-organizers, the Sustainability Finance Lab and the Global Challenges Foundation. And it's really a great lineup of speakers that we have: state secretary, researchers, corporate representatives from AP1, from Nasdaq, and from Vargas Holding, interesting things. And of course, the real center of attention this afternoon will be the students. So I am so much looking forward to all of this. So with those words, I'd now like to welcome you all once again and leave the word to the Executive Director of the Global Challenges Foundation, Jens Sorbach. So thank you.